In 312 BC, a Greek army chased a nomad people into the desert, and it was the Greeks who never came back. You were never taught their name. There's a reason. The reason is stranger than the ambush that started it. Here's who they were. The Nabataeans, Arab traders who controlled the routes between Arabia, Egypt, and the Mediterranean centuries before Rome ever noticed them. No farms, no standing army worth the name. Just rock, sand, and one secret nobody else had cracked: how to move across a desert that killed everyone else who tried. By 300 BC, they controlled the flow of frankincense, myrrh, and spice from Yemen to the Roman world. That trade was worth more, pound for pound, than gold. Alexander's own generals wanted it. One of them decided to just take it. His name was Antigonus, one of Alexander the Great's successors, carving up an empire after his death. He sent a force to raid the Nabataeans at their mountain stronghold, a red rock basin we now call Petra. His men grabbed livestock, silver, incense. They marched off proud. And then the desert did what the desert does. The Nabataeans knew every hidden cistern, every dry wash, every path that looked like nothing on the surface. They tracked the raiders, struck at night, and wiped most of them out. Antigonus sent a second force. Same result. A Greek historian named Hieronymus actually wrote this down, an eyewitness account of a primitive desert tribe humiliating a Macedonian army twice. And then silence. No third invasion, no conquest for 3 more centuries. That's strange enough. But it gets stranger. Because the thing that actually beat 2 Greek armies wasn't warriors, it was plumbing. The Nabataeans built a hidden network of cisterns and channels across hundreds of miles of open desert, carved into rock, plastered watertight, camouflaged so an outsider standing on top of one would never know. They could cross terrain that killed foreign armies from thirst alone, because they'd already solved the desert. And here's what should stop you. Modern engineers who have mapped these systems say the layout still isn't fully understood. Some of it we can't fully explain how it worked at that scale with that precision, 2,000 years before satellite surveying. But here's what doesn't add up. If this civilization was rich enough to make Rome jealous and clever enough to beat Alexander's own generals, why does almost nobody outside archaeology know their name? You know Rome. You know Egypt. You know Alexander. You don't know the people who out-engineered and outfought all of them in the one terrain they controlled completely. That's the buried why. And it isn't an accident of history. It's the pattern of every empire that came after them. The Nabataeans survived by staying independent, a wealthy middleman kingdom between larger powers, never conquering, just controlling the road everyone else needed. That works, right up until the empires around you stop needing a middleman. In 106 AD, Rome annexed the Nabataean kingdom outright, not with a great battle but with a treaty and a garrison, absorbing it quietly into a new province. And once a kingdom is absorbed rather than defeated, there's no great siege for historians to romanticize. No fall of Rome moment, no epic collapse, just paperwork. A trade network gets renamed a province. A capital gets renamed a Roman city. The engineers who outthought Alexander's generals get filed under local desert tribes in the footnotes of somebody else's empire. History remembers conquest. It erases quiet absorption. Petra didn't fall, Petra got rebranded, and the people who built it got written out of the story their own genius made possible. Think about what else that means. If a kingdom this capable, one that beat Alexander's generals twice, that solved desert survival at an engineering level we still can't fully replicate, can vanish from the common version of history just because its ending wasn't violent enough to make a good chapter title, what else got filtered out the same way? How many minor civilizations in your textbook aren't minor at all, just quiet? The lesson isn't really about the Nabataeans. It's about how history decides what counts as an ending worth telling. So here's the question nobody answers. Those hidden cisterns, the ones modern engineers still can't fully map, how many are still out there, buried under sand, exactly where the Nabataeans left them?